Hi everyone, and welcome back to Writing Tutorials. In today's video, we're diving into an important and sometimes difficult topic: how to write a notice of eviction letter. This letter is used when landlords or property managers need to officially notify a tenant of their eviction, often due to non-payment of rent or lease violations. If you're a landlord or property manager, crafting this letter requires professionalism, clarity, and adherence to local laws. In this tutorial, we'll break down a sample eviction notice step by step, explaining the purpose of each section. By the end, you'll know exactly how to write a legally compliant and respectful eviction notice. Let's get started. Starting with the sender's information. At the very top of the letter, include the sender's details. In our example, Samantha Jennings, the property manager, starts with Samantha Jennings, property manager, Evergreen Apartments, 1215 Maple Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60625. Phone 312-555-1234. Email samantha.jennings@evergreenapps.com. This section identifies who is sending the letter and provides the tenant with clear contact information. As a landlord or property manager, make sure to include 1. Your full name or business name. 2. Your title, like property manager. 3. The property address. 4. A reliable phone number and email. Having this information upfront makes it easy for the tenant to know who to contact if they have questions or need clarification. Adding the date. The next step is to include the date when the notice is being written, November 30th, 2024. The date is an essential part of any legal notice because it establishes the timeline for compliance. For eviction notices, deadlines are often tied to the letter's date, so be precise. Always use the full date format to avoid ambiguity. Addressing the tenant. After the date, you'll address the letter to the tenant. In our sample, it's Mr. Jason Parker, Apartment 5, B, Evergreen Apartments, 1215 Maple Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60625. This section should include the tenant's name, unit number, and the property address. Double-check these details to ensure accuracy. A clear address helps avoid misunderstandings, especially if you manage multiple properties, including the subject line. The subject line is critical for summarizing the letter's purpose. Samantha writes, Notice of eviction for non-payment of rent. This immediately informs the tenant about the nature of the letter. When writing your subject line, make it direct and specific, such as Notice of eviction for lease violation or Final notice of overdue rent. A clear subject line avoids confusion and reinforces the seriousness of the situation. Starting the letter. The letter begins with a polite but professional salutation. Dear Mr. Parker. This keeps the tone respectful, which is crucial even in difficult situations. Eviction is a serious matter, and maintaining professionalism can help reduce tensions and keep the process smooth. Explaining the reason for eviction. The first paragraph states the purpose of the letter. This letter serves as an official notice of eviction due to non-payment of rent for the property located at Apartment 5B, Evergreen Apartments, 1215 Maple Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60625. According to your lease agreement dated June 1st, 2023, rent payments of $1,200 are due first day of each month. Here's what makes this paragraph effective. 1. It clearly states that the eviction is due to non-payment of rent. 2. It identifies the property in question by unit and address. 3. It references the lease agreement, including the rent amount and due date. When you write this section, provide all relevant details to avoid ambiguity. This ensures the tenant fully understands the basis of the eviction notice, detailing the amount owed. The second paragraph specifies the unpaid amount and the timeline. As of November 30th, 2024, we have not received rent payments for the months of October and November 2024, totaling $2,400 in unpaid rent. Despite prior reminders and attempts to contact you, this issue remains unresolved. This paragraph does a few things. It states the exact amount owed, $2,400. It identifies the months in question, October and November 2024. It acknowledges that reminders have been sent. Providing these details is crucial for transparency. If the tenant disputes the claim, this documentation can support your case. Specifying the deadline. Next, Samantha outlines the tenant's options. Under the terms of your lease and Illinois state law, you are hereby given five days from the date of this letter to pay the overdue amount in full or vacate the premises. Failure to comply with this notice will result in legal action to recover the property. This section is legally required in many states, so be sure to 1. State the deadline clearly. In this case, 5 days. 2. Explain the consequences of non-compliance, such as legal action. Deadlines must align with local eviction laws, so check your state's requirements to ensure accuracy. Offering an opportunity to dispute. Samantha continues with, please note, you have the right to dispute this eviction or provide proof of payment by contacting me directly at the information provided above within the notice period. If payment is made in full within this timeframe, this notice will be voided and no further action will be taken. This paragraph adds a layer of fairness by acknowledging the tenant's right to dispute the claim, explaining how the eviction can be resolved by paying the overdue amount. Including this option demonstrates good faith and might encourage the tenant to resolve the issue quickly. Concluding the letter. The final paragraph wraps up with a professional tone. We regret that this step is necessary and encourage you to resolve this matter promptly to avoid legal proceedings. This closing acknowledges the gravity of the situation while encouraging resolution. When writing your own letter, keep the tone firm but respectful to maintain professionalism. The signature. Samantha signs off with, sincerely, Samantha Jennings, Property Manager, Evergreen Apartments. Always close your letter with a polite sign-off, followed by your full name and title. This reinforces the formal nature of the communication. And that's how you write a notice of eviction letter. To recap, the key elements are clear identification of the sender and recipient, a specific explanation of the reason for eviction, a clear deadline and consequences for noncompliance, a professional and respectful tone throughout. Eviction notices are serious documents, so always ensure they comply with local laws and include all necessary details. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content from writing tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.